thanks for tuning in. So I don't know if you can tell, but I am so radiantly orchid today. Because it's the new color of the year, boy. Hell yeah! We're so excited because the new color of the year for 2014 that is set by Pantone Universe, the authority of color, after me of course, because I'm the first authority. It is Radiant Orchid. Oh my gosh, so pretty. We all love purple. Who doesn't love purple? Well, I guess there's some people who don't love purple, but you know, whatevs. I'm using, to create this look today, the Stila Countless Color Pigments, because I noticed that they're on sale online, you guys, and they're so cool because you can do so many things with them. I'm gonna show ya in this look, but I don't know if you can tell. Well, of course you can tell. I have the Radiant Orchid on, and I decided to do facets of the orchid. So orchid is not, you know, there's a color and then there's hues of that color. So depending on if you add more white or more black or whatever, you can make them deeper, you can make them lighter. So it's the same color, but just shades of it. So I hope that makes sense. But it's so beautiful. I love this color. I try to incorporate it in each part of the face. So eyes, lips, and cheeks. And the only things I use are these guys. So the ones I use is Indie, Lyric, and Tie Dye, which you'll see them closer throughout the tutorial. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. Of course, if you want to do this look, all you got to do is keep watching, and I love you. Bye. The first thing we want to do for this look is prime our lid, and I'm using my Kat Von D as usual. And we're going to put it all over the lid up to the brow and then a little bit underneath. The next thing we're going to do is take a gel liner. This one's by BH Cosmetics. It's called Rose Gold. And it is just a rose gold. I'm going to use that as a base. I'm going to use my finger to put that all over our lid. Then we're going to take our first eyeshadow. So like I said, I'm using all Stila Countless Color Pigments. The first one I'm going to use is Lyric, and it's the pinkest one. I'm going to take a nice fluffy brush so we can diffuse it properly, and I'm going to go in with this more orangey color and kind of mix it with the pink, but mostly orange. Tap off the excess, and we're going to put it right on top of that rose gold base that we put on. And go ahead and throw that in the inner corner as well while we're at it. The next thing we're going to do is take a different Countless Color pigment. This one's called Indie, and it's the mostly purple one. We're going to switch brushes up to a narrow crease brush so we can get right in that crease and blend it out really nice and smooth. And the majority of colors we're going to use is this red purple and then the deeper purple. We're going to kind of mix them together. So just dip it in a little bit at a time. Tap off the excess. You want to look straight ahead, keep your eye open when you do this. And we're going to pop it right here in our crease. I want you guys to switch brushes up, since we're doing that color, to something that you'll be able to control to apply the same color to the bottom. I'm going to use the one we used on our lid because it has a flat edge, so we can line it right there. And I'm going to take the same combo that we put in our crease, and I'm going to apply it to the bottom and connect them. Next, I want you to take a soft brush. I'm using the one I used on my lid, and I'm making sure there's no other colors on it, but we just want to gently blend the edges of this orchid color out into the skin with nothing on it, so it transitions well. Next, we're going to take our darkest color. I'm using another Countless Color pigment by Stila. It's called Tie Dye, and it's going to be this guy, but we're going to just use this dark purpley blue color so we can get some depth in the outer corner. We're going to switch brushes up to a nice narrow smudgy brush, just like this, so we can really control the application. And I'm going to take that bluish purple, tap off the excess, and what we want to do is concentrate it on the outer corner. So I'm going to start right here and just build the intensity so it blends properly. You kind of want to go back and forth with your blending brush just to keep blending that color out so it doesn't look muddy and it doesn't ruin the orchid that we have going to into the brow. After you get your desired intensity on top, I want you to switch brushes up to something smudgy and small. You can even use a Q-tip if you want, and take that same dark blue purple that we did on top and connect it to the bottom. Next, I'm going to take a Makeup Forever Star Powder in 940. It's a very orangey golden undertone. And I'm going to take a nice fluffy brush and we're going to apply that to the edges right here into the brow. And we're going to softly blend that out so we have a nice ethereal sheen to it. And I also want you to go ahead and pop some of that in the corner right here. Alright, now it's time for eyeliner, and I want you to have your smudge brush ready because we're going to smudge it out with the color that we use to get the outer corner. So I'm using Wonderchild by Kat Von D, and it's a very like navy blue. But once we put the purple over it, it'll change it to a hue of purple, so it's going to be cool. So to apply this, what I want you to do is stretch your eye out, have your smudge brush ready. Stretch your eye out and get it really close to the lash line. Don't go all the way in, and do it at an angle so it gets bigger on the outer corner. And then make it small because you can always add more, but we're going to take our smudge brush and we're going to smudge that out. And you can always add more, you guys, so just do a little at a time. And dip your smudge brush into the color, that dark blue purple, and smudge that guy out and create some depth. Take the eyeliner and also apply it to the bottom corner, connecting it right here. Doesn't have to be perfect, we're going to smudge it out anyway. Don't go all the way in, keep it really segregated to the corner. And blend it out, smudge it out. So once you get your desired intensity there, we have to blend these edges out and add a little more of the orchid so it's balanced. So I'm going to take the orchid color we used again, and I'm just going to run that along the edges so we can smoke that out. And as far as eyeshadows goes, that's it. So let's do some tight lining. I'm using my hues, my Laura Mercier tight liner in black and the aqua seal, and then a nice flat brush. And I'm just gonna drop a drop in there and then tight line between the lashes. And the last step for eyes is mascara. So I'm using Hypnose Drama by Lancome. It's a very dramatic, volumizing, lengthening, just kind of does everything, mostly volume. It has this really nice curvy brush so we can get some even application. But I'm just gonna kind of pack that on. And then go ahead and put a little bit on the lower lash line, but just on the outer corner. Don't go all the way across. And then this last step is totally optional, but I like it. I'm gonna add a moon shadow by Urban Decay. This one's called Space Cowboy. It just gives it a little pizzazzy glitter. So what you wanna do is use your finger to use this, because if you use a brush, you're just gonna ruin your brush. So take your finger and just pop it on there. You want to put it on the lightest color, so I'm putting it on that rose gold color we created. Just just like that. So beautiful. I love it. So as far as eyes goes, that's it, you guys. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it. Next, we're gonna put on a little bronzer so we can get some sculpting going on, but not too much. I don't want it to be like crazy. So I'm using the Too Faced Bronze in the Beautiful, the Chocolate Soleil, but they sell it separately, so don't worry. You can get this by itself. It's just a matte bronzer that's universal. I'm gonna use my mufe fan brush so I can get chiseled. And we're gonna apply that right here. Next we're gonna do blush. So I'm gonna take the Stila Countless Color Pigment we used, the Orchid color Indie. And I'm gonna take a angled blush brush. And I'm just gonna dip it in there really lightly because they're so pigmented you don't wanna apply too much at once. But we're gonna go in a downward motion and just blend it into that bronzer we used. And then to give us like this nice sheen that we have, I just took that Mufe color, the 940, the star powder, and that we used on our eyes. And I'm gonna use a nice little highlighting brush from Sephora. And we're gonna apply that at the highest parts of our cheekbones. And we're gonna drag it around. And then take your blush brush again and just kind of go over it. Alright, and then the last step is lips. So the first thing I'm gonna do is line my lips. I'm gonna use my favorite lip liner, the Mufe Aqua Lip in number 1C. And we're going to line the outside of our lips. So I'm gonna put on my Lip Maximizer by Dior. And I'm gonna have one of the Countless Color Pigments ready. I'm gonna use Indie, and I'm gonna use this light pink right here, or light purple, so we can go with the Orchid theme, and I'll show you how. So we just wanna glide this on. And then take your finger and rub it in that pink. And we're just gonna glide it on. And then to add a little pink to that, so it's not too matchy-matchy, and to kind of seal it all in, I'm gonna use a YSL Glossy Stain number 105. It's part of the Nude collection. And I'm just gonna glide it over. One layer should be fine. Alright guys, so that concludes our Radiant Orchid look. So beautiful, so easy, so flattering. When I do looks, you guys, I try to do placement wise something that's universal for everybody. So totally universal, color wise totally universal, and I just tried to get a little bit of Orchid in each and every section. So cheeks, lips, eyes, so beautiful. I freaking love it. So as always, thank you for watching. Of course, if you have any questions, please let me know. Requests done, and I'll see you next time.